Hello everybody and welcome back to City Skylines. And in this episode I am making the central station. However, it won't be used until a couple of episodes later when the second station will finally be built. I just wanted to get it in place so I can plan things better, and because, well, it's one of those old buildings that I just want to get in advance, just to help out with the planning. You'll see that in the next episodes, I think. But anyways, this station, it's an old European modular station on a Steam Workshop. I don't know the exact title, but you can find it in the collection down below in the description. It's a pretty cool building on its own. However, I just added a couple of little touches to it. As you can see, I'm adding a glass roof over here, and then on the back just a more modern extension. I believe it's actually a high school or something, I don't know, but it does a trick. Now the general layout of the station is kind of based on the Eindhoven Central Station in the Netherlands. I pretty much come there every day, so it's a pretty good place to get inspiration, I guess. You'll see on the sides of the station there are these single track rails. They are mainly there for cargo trains to pass the station, I believe. I have seen cases where they just go straight through the station. But I don't know exactly what it's about. I'm not a railway expert. So yeah, here I'm just adding some supports to the roof. Then over here I am using the Procedure Objects mod to add the words Hamonburg Central to the front of this building. It was a little bit funky, as you can see. I've cut a lot of it out because it does a lot of fiddling around with the locations of these letters. It could be a lot better in my opinion, especially like. You have these sliders to adjust the positions. If you click anywhere on the slider, instead of like grabbing it and moving it up and down, the object just teleports immediately to that location, which is a bit annoying. Sometimes I do that accidentally when I try to click out of the menu, then it moves somewhere totally different and I have to move it back. I even have one that is on the ground. I don't know how I can get rid of it. You can't select existing procedure objects from a menu or anything. So, I mean, I shouldn't really complain because this mod is amazing. Now over here, you can see I'm doing some crazy stuff with the rails. I just look at some references in real life. Again, the Eindhoven station, and the rails are just crazy. I love it. Unfortunately, it doesn't really work out that well in this game. I wish it would work better. The problem is you have to do it on a perfectly flat ground. So the way the game works is at junctions, the slopes are completely level, which is really annoying. And especially if you have a lot of nodes close to each other, you get these horrible gaps, and it just doesn't really work that well. In the end cinematics, you'll see that some trains, they just go on the ground or jump in the air. I've even had some of them teleport just completely to a different place. I don't know how this happens. I really wish they would fix it. Also, these catenaries are quite annoying. They are like all over the place, and some of them are on top of other tracks. Now I know I can get rid of them using the catenary replacer mod, but the problem is that gets rid of all of them in the entire map, and I don't want that. I wish the network skins mod, I think it is, would allow you to change these per segment. That would really make this look a lot better. In the end, I ended up just changing the catenary type, which looks just a little better, so they're a little bit less obvious, but still, it's annoying. So it really took me quite a while to get these crossroads perfectly right. I don't really like the way it works in the default game. I ended up using 2 different nodes close to each other, but if you have 4 different connected to the same node, you just get a lot of rails going everywhere, as you can see, and it looks pretty ugly. This, by the way, I'm using the one, what is the mod called, from Bloody Penguin, with, it just adds more train tracks. These single lane tracks, which are 2-directional. Now, I've had some problems with those. So there's a mod that fixes the AI, so they wait if there's another train on the track currently. But I don't know what the problem is, but sometimes trains just stop, even if there's no train on the track, and they just wait forever until they despawn. So I don't know what's up with that. I ended up disabling the mod and then using some timed traffic lights, so they wouldn't get stuck. At least it reduces the chance of them getting stuck. It still kind of happened in the end, and it just became one complete mess, but I just placed the camera in such an angle that you couldn't see it. So yeah, it's pretty annoying. I wish the AI in this game would just take an alternative route if the current one is too blocked or too busy. However, probably that would be a lot more laggy. It would take a lot more processing power, I think, because, well, you have to check for each vehicle continuously at like every junction what the fastest route is. I think at the moment the game just at spawn calculates the quickest route. Not sure about that though, but I think that's how it works. Maybe if someone makes an AI enhancement mod, if that would be possible, that would be cool. So in this area, I'm making like a little train yard thingy, a little maintenance area. It will have some parking spots for trains and another one of those depot buildings that are also used at the tram station. I just imagine it's like a workshop, a repair shop, maybe for the trains. And then it'll also have another train wash and some other cool stuff. You'll see that later in the video. So I'll be working on the railroads for the next couple of minutes, and then I'll be working on the details and other public transportation types around the station. So I'm just gonna leave you with a bit of the time lapse, and then I'll be back in a second. Okay, so I'm back, and over here, as you've probably noticed already, I am making a bus station hub. I don't know what it's called, but you know, where all the buses get together. And I am again using the procedure objects mod to add some letters to mark all the slots for the buses where they can park, and I guess every slot is for a different line, so you know which slot you have to take for specific destinations. It is kind of inspired by the bus station in Den Bosch, also in the Netherlands, which is again a place I come pretty much every day. I don't really know what's up with that place, but for some reason they start off with B instead of A. I understand the alphabet can be pretty hard, but come on, why? For what reason do you start off with B? There's just no A anywhere, which is really odd, but yeah. And then over here I am making a similar thing for trams. This took a little bit more fiddling around, wasn't really happy with how it looked. So I demolished it all and basically turned it around so that the trams would be facing end of the station, the path in front of the station, so people can see at the front of the tram where they have like a sign with the destination or the line number or whatever, which makes a little bit more sense. So over here I'm just making a tunnel for the trams and the buses, I guess. As you'll see, the trams go in the opposite direction of the normal traffic, which is a bit weird, but I'm not really too bothered by it. It's fine. Just the way things turned out when I placed the hub station thingy. Okay, so over here I am working on an underground parking garage. So I saw Skibbeth do this, and I thought, yeah, why not do make an underground parking garage? And I decided to take it one step further and make a multi-level underground parking garage. And you know, while I was at it, I also added a metro station as well. So it's pretty crazy, as you'll see. Unfortunately, I can't elevate the parking spots. That's not a thing you can do. The cars just always, they I guess conform to the ground, so you can't park on top of it. I've seen it work in assets, but I guess I can't do it in game. So what I did instead, I just added some decals and just pretend it works. I could maybe add some car props, but you won't really be able to see it at all, and it would just count up to onto the prop limit. So yeah, I guess I could remove half of those parking decals as well, but yeah, no, it is completely functional actually. As you'll see in, I don't know, a couple of minutes, I'm just adding an entrance and an exit to it. And over here on the other side, I'll copy it, and then have some roads going in between. Also, as you can see, I've got a taxi stand at the entrance of the train station. When I played the simulation, there were a lot of people waiting for the taxi. Holy shit, I really should have done a bit more, but I couldn't really fit anymore, and 2 was really the maximum. So yes, you can see connecting the two levels. Well, I guess it's 4 levels, but connecting them up with roads and then adding a metro station to it. I know at the moment it looks really silly and ugly, but once I just cover it all up with the grass prop thingies and some glass so you can see on the ground, it looks actually really cool, especially if you can see those metro trains running on the ground. It's pretty cool. I'm really happy with how it turned out. One thing that was kind of hard, it was just really hard working on the ground. It's like the way the camera worked and such, and how I have to place props. It's just hard to kind of have to pinpoint it all, but it still looks pretty good. Another big problem was the terrain. It was conforming with such steep angles. It kind of messes some stuff up, and you'll see several really dark spots with the shading that's gets kind of glitching out with the steep spots and stuff on top of the roads. But yeah, you can see adding the entrance and exit. Cars actually go in and then they spiral around down all the way to the bottom floor, where they'll have to park because they can't take the top ones, which is a shame. Yeah, here I'm adding a street, so that's kind of hidden away so that people can actually get into the station, and some glass of course on top of it. And then in a bit I'll add some elevators, so I've actually hooked it all up on the ground with pathways. So yeah, it's pretty crazy. I really love how it turned out. Only really downside, only bad thing is the grass that I covered up with. I can't add trees or anything to it, so it looks really bland. I could have added some prop flowers maybe, but that would have just counted up to the prop limit unnecessarily, in my opinion. So yeah, you can see hiding it away. You can really hardly see it anymore. It's pretty crazy. So yeah, that's really all there is for it. I did a lot of more stuff off camera, which I decided not to record because I had like 6 hours of footage. This video already is kind of long. Let me know if it was a bit too long for you. I might try to keep it shorter in future videos if that's the case. But yeah, enjoy the cinematics. It looks really cool in my opinion. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and by leaving a like and subscribe if you want to see more. And then I'll see you all in the next episode. Bye bye!